Clyde Property in Perth, award-winning letting and estate agents, proud sponsors of Saints TV.
Tony, a big game this Saturday. Kilmarnock are 4 points behind. It's a big 6-pointer.
Yeah, I mean they'll probably see it as an opportunity to try and close the gap on us, and equally we see it as an opportunity to widen the gap in there and get closer to Dundee and Hamilton, and that'll be our aim. So I mean the game should be set up for both teams to go out and win it, and we need to continue with the performance that we had last week against Dundee United and take that into Saturday's game. If we do that, I'm very confident that we can win the game.
And they've been playing really well under Gary Locke in recent weeks.
Yeah, they have. They're scoring a lot of goals, but as well they've conceded quite a few. I think they've had a few injuries in terms of defensive players and that. So I mean it should be set up, I say, for a nice game and a good battle. We have a really good record against them, even though they beat us in the corresponding home game, this season. But historically we've done really well against them, and hopefully that'll be the case.
And how are we looking injury-wise?
Well, Simon Lappin will miss out. It's after effects of the tackle from McGowan on Saturday. He's probably looking at maybe 3 to 4 weeks being out. He's got some ligament damage and bone bruising to his knee. Murray Davison's back fit. Michael O'Halloran had a bit of illness at the beginning of the week, but he's going to be okay. So everybody's fit except Simon Lappin.
As we go into the last few weeks of the season, are you as a manager, do you get excited by the fact that we're now chasing that top 6 spot?
I think you just have to remain calm and take each game as it comes, and that's what we try and do. The one thing I do know is that we've been here before over the last 3 seasons, and we know what's expected, we know what's needed. We've put ourselves in a really good position. Even though we're 7th this year, we've got more points than what we've had at this stage last season. So we've got to take each game as it comes, and that's what we'll do. Focus and try and get as many points on the board, and hopefully that'll be enough to get us in the top 6.
And how exciting do you think the rest of the season is going to be for the teams in the top half and the bottom half of the league as well?
Well, I think since the introduction of the playoffs, it's last season made it very exciting. So there's plenty of interest down at the bottom of the table, and I think if you look at it, Hamilton, Dundee, ourselves and Kilmarnock are all going for top 6, and at the top of the table you've probably realistically a 2-way fight for the league. So I think overall the league's been very exciting this year, and long may that continue.
How many teams realistically do you think St Johnstone can catch before the end of the season?
I think realistically we could, we're 4 points behind Hamilton with 2 games in hand, and that has got to be a target. We can possibly get up to 5th place, and then there's still a lot of games to go in terms of 12 games, a lot of points, and if you're in that top 6, who knows who, if you can get even higher, which would be our aim. But the main priority will be getting in that top 6.
The Saints under-20s played last Sunday against the Rangers, and unfortunately went out the Scottish Cup. Last night they played against Dunfermline, won that. George Hunter scored a goal. Are you keeping an eye on under-20s and seeing any players?
Yeah, I mean, and I see them in training, and the squad on Sunday was a bit depleted with players who were out on loan and injuries. I think it was maybe 6 or 7 that could have played and made us stronger, but they were unfortunate at Rangers. I think Kyle had a really good chance to try and win it, and keeper made a good save, and to go out in penalties isn't nice, as we know from a European experience. But they've done well in the league. They've won their last 3 home games at when they played at Airdrie, and they're making good progress, and it's something that we do keep our eye on and look at to see who's ready to step up, and sometimes they're stepping up to train with the first team and gain that experience as well.
And player contracts, renewals for next season, and new players coming to the club, how are they progressing?
Well, we get 2 tied up last week with Kano and Murray. We're still talking to a few others, and that'll continue. And we've still been looking to bring in people and target people for next season. But I think patience is a virtue, and people have to realise that a lot of things need to happen to get deals done. Players that we're talking to now with a view of bringing them next year. Agents are saying, hold on, we can get you better. We can get you more money somewhere else, and so there's a lot of ifs and buts. And but the one thing the fans need to know, that the club, the chairman and myself are working tirelessly to maintain the squad that we've got and improve it, and that's what we will do. And I say sometimes when things don't happen quickly, people have to be patient and have belief that we'll get it right.
Cheers, Tommy. Thank you.
Cheers.